A Chevron station comes under fire, Devon's looking for fire sales, and BP is pulling the plug on wind projects in Asia to focus on the U.S. All this and more on today's Energy Scout News. Hello and welcome back once again to Energy Scout News and Information. I'm Red Byers. A Chevron oil flow station in Nigeria came under attack. Gunmen and speedboats opened fire on Nigerian military at the facility. Now, one Navy personnel was killed, but the station was not affected. The military reported several attackers were killed in the shootout, which took place in the Niger Delta. A new report says the United States will be able to compete in global LNG markets in the long term. Because of the sheer size and depth of the gas markets, the United States would be a dependable destination for LNG. New construction promises to increase the available LNG by 50% in the next decade, and the United States is likely to need it for new power plants. Devon Energy has put its share buyback program on hold. Now, that's partly due to conserve its cash in the face of today's current credit crunch. But the company is also looking to take advantage of the current financial crisis to buy high-quality assets at low prices. Since the second quarter, Devon has acquired thousands of acres in the Haynesville Shale in Horn River, Canada. The company is also working to purchase another 1.4 million acres, half of which would fall into two new shale plays. Exxon's Beaumont refinery is finally back to full capacity, but first, a look at today's mergers and acquisitions. Reservoir Group has acquired data management company Info Asset. Crown Oil and Gas has extended the closing date for its purchase of Covenlina Holdings and Bamberg Holdings. And finally, Paco Oil and Gas Incorporated has completed its takeover bid for WW Oil and Gas Incorporated. And that pesky rumor about Chesapeake Energy and BP just won't go away. Chesapeake has lost 2/3 of its market value in the past 4 months, but speculation that BP might try to buy the company drove stock prices up recently. The Wall Street Journal has reported that BP is looking into purchasing gas properties, but no announcement has been made about any merger. The companies have refused to comment on such speculation, and analysts say an outright takeover is unlikely. ExxonMobil's finally brought its Beaumont refinery back up to normal production. The plant was shut in September because of Hurricane Ike. The refinery is one of Exxon's largest at more than 363,000 barrels a day. Now, according to the Minerals Management Service, they say production in the Gulf is still recovering. However, nearly 20% of oil and 30% of natural gas remain shut in. BP is pulling the plug on wind power projects in India, China, and Turkey. Instead, the company plans to focus on the United States. BP hopes to have at least 1 gigawatt of wind power capacity in the United States by the end of the year. Now, that could triple in the next few years. BP and Clipper Wind Power plan to invest between $12 billion and $15 billion to build the Titan Wind Farm in the United States and South Dakota. Now, if this were to be completed, it would be the largest wind project in the world. And finally, energy economist James Williams with WTRG Economics says the new Obama administration may not have all that big of an impact for the energy industry in the near future.
I think right now it's an open question as to whether things will change that much in the next 6 months or so. Because, we've got bigger fish to fry. We've got an economy that is going down, and it's going down rapidly. It's going to be worse before it gets better. I don't think that energy is going to be the top priority of this administration until we're well into mid-year and hopefully seeing signs of recovery. In terms of its influence, probably short-term influence, what I'd do is I would look at appointments. I would look at people that he proposes to have in his cabinet, Commerce Secretary, Secretary of the Treasury. Those things will move the overall market and overall economic expectations, and that will in turn move oil prices up or down.
And that's it for today's Energy Scout News. For more information on these stories and more, be sure to check out the news section on our site. And remember, if you have any news tips from around the energy industry, you can email us at news@energyscout.com. As always, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.